Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. From the 6. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a two-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jackson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Now Henny. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll go with the keeper, and he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. It's a quarterback sneak, and they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and sneak it here, and he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Great effort by Ted Hendricks defensively.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Fred Biletnikoff. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Penny. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A run between the tackles with Breida. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
From the 6. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Jackson. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. But how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. A throw left side complete to Biletnikoff. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Henning. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick six. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Butker's kick here is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach.
And he's loose again. 20. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
And no flags. And it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
Again, Elder Butler, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brent. Set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is brought in by Casper. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Kamara trying again. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
Butker's kick here is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Jackson. It's Hill, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Saints on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught out left side by Casper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he's forced out left.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jackson will throw again. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Penny's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Open man is Michael Irvin, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run again with Breida. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, this is Breida. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that led the way.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big